Rojan has claimed by Flying Raja as they top the rise. Lord Silverman's running on well. Then War Chariot with Cool Minstrel putting in a hard run down the outside. And Just a Boy is locked away. Count Rojan is claimed by Lord Silverman. Is Cool Minstrel down the outside with War Chariot. It's Cool Minstrel and War Chariot. War Chariot in front.
Two lucky guys, lucky to be alive. Who's to blame for this near tragedy? Well, if these two men had drowned, I guess it really wouldn't have mattered much because the damage would have been done. How do you prevent accidents like this? Well, the first rule is fairly obvious. Little boats stay away from bigger boats, and the bigger the boat, the further away the better. Many yachtsmen seem to believe that there's a special set of rules that apply to them and them alone, and that's certainly not the case. The fellow in the yacht is completely wrong in assuming he has the right of way over the freighter. Vessels of less than 20 metres in length, and all sailing vessels, should give way to any other vessel that can only safely navigate within a narrow channel or fairway. In other words, small pleasure craft do not have the right of way over commercial ships navigating in restricted channels in inshore waters. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you go boating in waters used by commercial shipping, there's a common sense rule for staying out of trouble, and that's keep well clear of the big boys at all times. And one way to make sure you're not caught napping is to keep a lookout on all boats in the area, particularly at night. In fact, you're breaking international regulations for the prevention of collision at sea if you don't keep a lookout posted at all times. Captain, what do you find the biggest hazard as far as the weekend sailors are concerned?
But what constantly astounds me, Ken, is their seeming lack of understanding regarding the manoeuvrability of large vessels. If we take stopping distance, for example, if I put this ship full astern at, say, 5 knots, it would take at least 2 ship lengths to stop this ship. And if we took a ship of, say, 30,000 tons, 750 foot long, it will be at least quarter of a mile before that ship stops. And a lot can happen in that distance.
What about entering the helm at, say, the same speed, 5 knots?
Well, if we're on a straight course and I put the helm hard over, it would take over half a minute for the ship to react to that helm order, and it will be over a minute and a half before she was swinging fully off that course. Another problem that's inherent on ships this size, Ken, is the sheer inability to see beneath the bows of the vessel from up here. Now, if you took a line from here over the bows to a point in the water, you'd find that there's a heck of a long way between that point and the bow. And obviously anything between that point and the bow we wouldn't be able to see from up here.
How much worse are these problems at night?
Well, it's magnified many times over, even though we have sophisticated radar and electronic detecting gear. Really, it's up to the small boat owner to give us a wide berth at all times. And surely it must be a heck of a lot easier for a small boat to see us up here than it is for us to see a small boat down there.
Oh. Thanks, Captain.
Thank you.
Well, it's fairly obvious, isn't it? Little boats stay away from big ships, and there's not much sense in playing it any other way. Give them a wide berth. That's my advice. Safer boating, be in it too.